Yeah, we're here. Whoa.
Oh my God! Are we? Is it? Did it finally happen?
Did it,
Have
did,
are we? Have we died and gone to purgatory?
yeah. Hi. Welcome to Purgatory, also known as
Which one?
Purgatory, as it would be in Dante's Inferno. It's just
No, I prefer it from the anime. And I forgot what it's called now. Wait, where are we going?
wow. He's absolutely lost it. Welcome to the Immaterial Gamers Podcast.
Purgatory. That's the animation. That's what it's actually called.
The anime
why.
is actually called what you would said it is called.
It's not even an anime. It's just a little cartoon thing. And
Ah,
all it is an office building. And when you die, you just appear next to this guy in the office building, and he goes, "Ask name," just gives in you information, and then decides on where you go.
right. Okay then. Fair enough. Let's just bring that there. So, yeah, welcome. This is podcast 220. It doesn't really have the same bit as
Not
it
when you
doesn't
do
have
it,
the
no.
same feeling to it as 420, does it? Ah, well, give it another 4 years. Right. I am Ryan. I am down here at the bottom of the screen. For those who may be watching live.
Wait, you're in the bottom?
If you're listening to it live,
Started at the bottom. Now he's still at the bottom.
yeah, I'm at I like of the food chain. I am the rabbit, and then up top are apparently 2 apex predators. I've got Duncan. Oh, he's
That's
flexing.
me.
He's flexing.
Apex predator right here.
And
Look, eat your hole.
and the other apex predator, Stefan.
Eh.
How
he's
he's
one of
managed to
those
be
guys
top of
who-
the food chain with that sloth-like attitude, who knows? I don't know how it could possibly come up, but
I wait till the prey comes to me, then I just kill it.
right. So you're like a trapdoor spider.
Yep.
We got the 2 different kinds of apex predators. The one, the polar bear that has to actively seek out and destroy all opponents, and then there's the Steph, the lion, who just kind of lays around and lets people do all the work for him.
Yeah.
Because he knows he's already king.
That's how it works.
He knows it.
Right. So before we go ahead, we do have an announcement. As you may notice,
an announcement.
As you may notice, even though he is in the chat today, there is no Terry here, and that is because he has announced that at this time he is having to step back from Immaterial Gamers stuff. Basically, life.
It's just
Life has
too
just
much
decided.
of it. He has too much life.
Life.
We're all still dead inside. That's why we can afford to spend time doing this. But Terry, too full of life for this job.
He's too full of life. He can't do it anymore. He has to. Basically, he's been
Boston. He posted a thing in the Discord saying, like, guys, I want to live. I can't do this. I don't want to die anymore. I want to live. And then
I can't do what I'm doing and live at the same time.
Shame. And we were like, shame, bro, but understandable.
No, that's true. And like I say, he's just for Immaterial Gamers. I've told him. I replied to him. Don't you dare be falling off the face of the earth. Still be around. Honest,
it's my job to fall off the place.
You still owe me one hot pursuit race, motherfucker. But
hey, you still owe me a Final Fantasy cook food.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of stuff that keeps going on, but stuff keeps getting in the way. Like we're saying, that's partially from what we saw why Terry's stepping back for a bit. But you know what? We're here. You're here. It's all great. You know where we are.
I love the absolute state of our setup, by the way. Like, we have 3 people here, no less than 3, and every single one of us has made a completely different and irreconcilable difference in our background choice.
Yes.
Steph's gone with a picture of his own Minecraft character and his name. We've got Ryan, who's just gone all blurry. And me, I'm just vanilla. Just
Mine's always been
look at all
blurred.
my mess.
What you don't know is what that actually is
weird
Ryan's
halo.
glasses behind him, and the camera just can't pick it up.
No. That's the background is a representation of my eyesight if I don't wear the glasses.
Yeah, but then if someone with normal eyes looks through it, they see that.
Well, who knows? Right. So what we here to do? What we here to talk about?
A lot of things and nothings, and probably like
like we usually do. Now, to be fair, me and Steph have been playing a game over the week that we can talk about. Duncan, you've played some stuff for Spooktober, and
have I? Oh yeah, I guess I did play some
yeah,
things.
we did.
Yeah, you've played plenty of things for Spooktober. We also played something else for Spooktober as part of Play Session. And we've got news in regards to dodgy parts of industries again, regarding like Nintendo and voice acting communities, and also Rooster Teeth. I put it up in the Twitter account. I did state it. There was a gentleman's agreement over whether we were even going to talk about it, and let's be honest, might as well.
There's no gentleman here.
Yeah.
So
we're all folks in varying states of either watching or formerly watchers of Rooster Teeth.
Yes. So I think as part of the discussion, I think we start with that now, and then we can do like what's been played to boot. We'll do the emotional roller coaster. We'll go into the trough. We'll then do the peak of like what's been played, and then we'll go back into the trough again for.
When we talk about why the thing that we made, why the industry that we base this entire podcast around is maybe not something to be super invested in. Just your weekly reminder.
Welcome, weekly reminder. Immaterial Gamers. The game industry is shit. We are just living on a constant Titanic that's constantly being hit by this ever-increasing iceberg of shit.
Nothing is less entertaining than the entertainment industry.
Yeah, that's why we try to be entertaining about how bad the entertainment industry is. That's just,
it's sort of like this parasitic relationship where we're trying to invent a new entertainment sub-economy below regular entertainment.
Yeah, so that's why they do call it the iceberg.
Staunch the wounds a little bit. Even Amber's upset. I mean, listen to her.
Yeah, you've upset the games industry, you've upset a dog. And that is due to the fact I need to find it. I'll put it on the Discord later or something. But I did find it like a wholesome thing because like I follow the wrestling Twitter, yeah. Because we talked about that last week before. But there's a video of a wrestler facing a dog in the ring. A guy called a guy called Psycho Mike. His gimmick is that he's a zombie, and he faced a literal dog in the ring. And like Steph said, the dog won.
Oh wow! I didn't even know that happened.
Destroyed, absolutely destroyed.
Yeah, he got the dog just jumped on him and he sold it like a champ. And then
it was incredible when they pulled off like the double reverse suplex. I was genuinely impressed. I was like, Border Collies are fucking smart, but I would not have guessed that.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I have never seen a dog do a hurricanrana before, but every day's a new experience.
Made an appearance at some point.
Yeah,
I was more thinking of the chokehold.
I've never known as a quadruple Nelson before. We've had that full Nelson, so but dogs.
Yeah, well, I mean, a human can only do a full Nelson with 2 arms. When you're a dog, you can do a double Nelson. You just with 4 legs. It's just it's double. It's like fighting a spider, man. It's crazy.
Yeah. All right, so there's our emotional peak. Now the trough.
Yay!
Rooster Teeth. Oh,
it's kind of like an inverted roller coaster in a way, right? Because like normally you're bored going up, and then you have fun on the way down. Instead, we're having fun at the bottom, and now we're going down into the sadness. Yes. So Rooster Teeth.
So let's start with the weekend of starting with Rooster Teeth announcing that they were dissolving members of the
not like literally like Breaking Bad style.
Soylent Green.
But essentially, I don't know if this applies to other members of the company. I didn't really look into
I did
it.
see that there was
but I
someone
know
else
that,
in animation or like merchandising that had been dissolved.
But essentially, well known and beloved. It's on screen first. I don't know why I did quotation marks.
No,
It's
because
like,
he is actually beloved.
I feel like at first it was like there was a period of a long period at first where it was kind of like people were kind of like giving him shit, but I feel like he's come
That's the
around to being
Rooster
like
Teeth way, though,
actually.
wasn't it? Anyone that wasn't a
That's always been
founding
the way.
father was someone to just look at and hate.
Wow.
And they had
But yeah,
to earn themselves in there.
Matt Bragg is the name of the man.
Yes.
You know him, you love him. He's been around since forever and a half.
Always loved Matt Bragg.
Many a creator of good and punishing Minecraft maps.
Yeah, he mysteriously got worse at it after he got hired. I don't know what happened there. But nevertheless, he's been a contributor for almost like 9 years,
Always
something like that.
when he tests it.
Yeah, yes and yes. Just to both those comments.
To that effect, and he's been demoted to a part-time and most likely temporary position. He's just doing some contract work for now until
basically he's a freelancer.
Either they decide to stop paying him, or he decides to switch to Twitch full time. Isn't that basically what happened to Jeremy?
Yeah, Jeremy Dooley. Yeah, he's still. Yeah, he does the exact same thing. But him and Matt and Jeremy have already said they're going to be doing a lot of streams together.
Yeah, that's actually a response from Jeremy. It's just like, based on what's happened to Matt, there's now an excuse to stream even more together. So
hooray!
That's just a thing. Yeah, so Jeremy, he did that thing like during the pandemic, didn't he? Because everyone was working remotely, he moved away from Texas back home to wherever the fuck. I don't know much of America.
He moved to where his missus lived.
Well, I mean, he's from Boston, or the Massachusetts area generally.
Yeah, so he basically moved back there, and then at that point he did the Matt thing, though it looked like his was more by choice of basically becoming a contract worker, a freelancer, effectively for the Achievement Hunter machine. Matt didn't have that choice. In fact, it looked like a day before was talking about the Zelda randomizer content that he was currently doing with Michael Jones at the time. So and apparently he's not getting away from that. So that happened. That's the start of Rooster Teeth's yet again.
That's the easy part.
Poor weekend.
That's the easy part, by the way. That was like the news.
Yeah, that was.
We haven't even really, like, you can see the bottom, but we're not really even making progress there yet.
See the bottom. So the Mariana Trench of this news we are about to go into. So then there was a tweet. Well, I didn't see the tweet longer initially. I saw an apology note from Slow Mo Guy and Achievement Hunter Rooster Teeth personality Gavin Free, talking about an apology about stuff that happened in 2013 regarding one of Achievement Hunter's editors and production team, Caden Jensen.
Yes, Caden Jensen, editor and content creator for Rooster Teeth, and particularly Achievement Hunter. Been there for 9 years.
Yeah, that was 2013 to 2022. It was early this year, wasn't it, that she left?
Yes, Caden, out transgender individual. I'm not the kind of person that generally like highlights that. Like, it's not like it doesn't really matter to me. It's relevant to the conversation, however. That is why it is being specifically mentioned in this conversation. So we basically what happened is Caden made this big old post sometime after having left Rooster Teeth, basically making a large amount of brief but scathing accusations about their general state of well-being and treatment as an employee of Rooster Teeth over the last 9 years. various kinds of abuses, ranging from being dramatically underpaid as compared to equivalent work in similar positions, not being paid at all for certain forms of contract work on flimsy grounds and bases, to just outright verbal harassment in the workplace. And that's a very light way of putting it.
Yeah, just to say, and I'm gonna put the twit longer in the chat so that you can get a bit of an idea on it. But Kaden herself has put a TLDR on this, but when it basically comes down to not long after joining unpaid contract work, homophobic slurs, no Christmas bonus.
This is prior to transition. So at this point, Caden, for all intents and purposes, is functionally just an effeminate man. So
yeah. Christmas bonus, long-time members disapproved of said bonus, ridiculous crunch time, the Rooster Teeth special, which is when there's anything going on, say it's just a joke and ignore the comments. We've heard this on many a time before. The ignore the comments response by higher ups when stuff has happened. I believe that's come up with Fiona Nova.
Sorry, what happened? Sorry?
Achievement Hunter Fiona surname was Nova, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So that happened. It happened with Mika Burton. Regarding racist comments, just the whole idea of don't read the comments. The usual thing, which is it's a YouTube thing, but when it's basically just like that comes out. Then upon transitioning, transphobic comments happened. Severe underpayment considering compared to positions or compared to their position. Being told to move to LA if you want to stay with the company. At last minute thing, which she actually makes a point in there that COVID actually saved her job at that point because everyone worked remote, so they didn't have to pay for office stuff. And unpaid voiceover work regarding the animation stuff. So
yeah,
dear
lot of rough business there. Honestly, I there's gotta. I mean, I can't believe that Caden or anyone would continue working there under those conditions. I gotta be honest, like maybe $39,000 is like not an awful wage in the U.S. I don't know. Maybe it's great. Maybe it's terrible. I don't know.
But the thing is, it's based on a like for like, isn't it? So
But it's one of those things where it's like, even if that was like enough for you to live by, knowing that you're being paid like barely more than half of what your coworkers are being paid for basically the same work, on top of the fact that you're getting shafted in various other ways.
Yeah.
It's just sort of like, damn, I would have fucking been out there a long time ago.
And again, it's just the next thing in the line of,
Not to mention, even if say 40K is enough to pay your way, but it's just like when you're working like when it's not unusual for you to work like a 12-hour day for the company. It's like, I'm sorry, that does not compute.
No, which is just absolutely mental for a what is okay. I get the idea that they would class themselves now as a production house. I mean, they are live action, animation, stuff like that. But this is like Achievement Hunter, so which is just sort of editing. I mean, like I said, they mention, she mentions in the thing about being called up for producing podcasts, only to not be even credited in said podcast, compared to the other behind the scenes work that goes on there. And I've sat there, I've seen the credits roll on Rooster Teeth podcasts, and they credit everyone who's working on there, or so I thought.
Apparently not.
Yeah. So, but this is just the continuing stuff that comes out through Rooster Teeth, and a lot of this is looking at.
I
Because
think
I saw a lot
I
of the
think one
comments and
thing
responses. It was about NDAs and people deciding, fuck your NDAs. But sorry, go on, Duncan.
So I was gonna say is just like one thing that I find really interesting about the sort of fallout of this situation is that there has been like a marked difference in like um the responses that have been given in to these accusations. First of all, I should point out that like when we talk about homophobic slurs, we're talking about the big one, the the other F word, was apparently you know regularly used by a number of people within the office for years, by the sounds of it.
Yeah,
which is interesting because it's like I'm not when you because here's the thing, right? When you hear something like that insane, right? When you hear it's like you hear something like so absurdly like borderline evil levels of just like that's just such an inappropriate and way for anyone to act like ever. It's one of those things where it's just like you surely this is like someone's out for blood, right? Like this can't be actually how it happened. So or it could be, or maybe it was like a misremembering of like who did it or how often it happened, that kind of thing. Like you almost have to give something like that some level of skepticism just because of how like out there it is.
Yeah, because the other opportunity is that it's basically classic mustache twirling villain shit. So obviously problematic that you think, no, there's no way they could be doing that.
Like I think the last time I ever and I have to confess, it's not like I'm not a Puritan. I've the word has exited my mouth before, but probably not since I was like 10.
Yeah.
Like before I like had the critical thinking capacity to like, even like assess how bad of a word that was. So like it's been a good 17 years since I even like mockingly made use of such a word.
Yeah.
And so naturally you go like, well, that's just silly. Like why would this this supposedly progressive and community and friendly oriented company ever like allow that and like not do anything about it? And then you read the responses from certain some of the achievement hunters. We're gonna because they're the only people who have specifically addressed it. I'm gonna call out a Michael Jones, a Gavin Free, and a Jeff Ramsey, all names that you should know if you're any kind of Rooster Teeth fan. And no, they 100% just fess up. Yeah, no, apparently it's absolutely happened. Nothing, no exaggeration. No one tried to pull back or reel it in at all. At least those three people have openly confessed to apparently jokingly using that word as like as a nickname, going as far, at least in the case of Michael and Gavin, to create an alternative version of that name, a safe for work version, so to speak, that they actually used in videos from that era.
Yeah, I did see that there was someone had managed to go through Gavin's Twitter at least and find a request to Caden for the next Minecraft video at that point. Probably deleted now. But we've got to remember, social media is there forever. And you'd think they'd learn that. I mean, their presence is so big in regards to it. And
I'm just like, and I have to wonder, like what is, or I guess would be the more accurate question. Yeah. What was the absolute state of like the American workplace where in 2013, early 2010s, where like it's like considered normal?
Yeah, if like, not acceptable, normal.
I can't wrap my mind around like even jokingly like just imagine like just casually dropping a what's up, man, like
I mean,
in the
this
workplace.
is
I'm like, what?
I guess this is what's come up as well through some of the responses to Caden and to Gavin and Michael. I didn't see the Jeff post as the other response. We should also mention everyone else is effectively radio silent in regards to that.
We have zero input from Jack Patillo, who absolutely would have been aware of this. It's quite impossible that he wouldn't. I would have to assume.
And then the remaining founding fathers at Rooster Teeth haven't said anything. There. So no Gus response, no Matt Hullen response. I mean, they're the only ones.
Jewel doesn't exist, and Bernie may as well have just been Thanos snapped out of reality as far as Rooster Teeth's concerned.
So
but it's interesting. It's not even just about the so much the confession itself. It's there are markedly different responses from Caden, in fact, to each of these responses, which are equally noteworthy, I think.
Yeah, silence is fitting, or silence is telling, isn't it, when it comes to something as well?
So far, what we have, and it's been almost a day since this happened, so we've had lots of time for this to happen. So far, we have an accepted apology from on behalf of Michael.
Yeah.
Apparently they've gone over this a couple times IRL. So they're cool as far as Caden is concerned.
Mm-hmm.
We have a complete lack of response to Gavin's confession, which is interesting, and we have a direct call out to Jeff's response.
Oh, okay.
Seems to me Caden does not accept the Jeff apology, and I assume that this has a lot to do with Gavin and Michael. They were 20-year-old hooligans. They didn't know any better. They've had time to, or I guess in Michael's case at least, 20-year-old hooligan didn't know any better. Had lots of time to talk about this before this was ever brought to light. But I'm thinking when it comes to Jeff, there was sort of like a level of trust that you and responsibility that you place upon your older employers, and as like a founding father, as a leading member of the company, it seems that Caden, rightfully so. I mean, Caden expected more from Jeff, and apparently Jeff was either passively or explicitly, it's hard to say for sure, complicit in not just the verbal harassment, but the various other forms of abuse going on. And for that reason, Caden does not accept Jeff's apology, and as far as I know, they're still not doing good.
Yeah, I've just got to the response from Caden in regards to that. Yeah, so Jesus, the trash fire keeps going, and given the fact that
hey, a good guest appearance by Takahata 101 of Team 4-Star fame,
and VTuber bartender Supremo
decided to throw in a couple of cents. Definitely taking Caden's side and based on that response.
Mm-hmm. Should also, that's Takahata of 4-Star fame, VTuber bartender personality, and very good friend of wrestler Kid Bandit. Look at that! It all comes back to wrestling. But yeah, and just a thing on this that should make this turns into not surprising territory. As we discussed this before we started, it's just that the Warner Brothers influence, which I mean, back in 2013 didn't have influence then, but definitely later on down the line, Full Screen Acquisition and Otter Media, which is around the 2016 times and earlier, than that. Jeez. God, why can't we just why can't we have nice things? Why can't people just treat each other with, even a semblance of respect and stop trying to be fucking edgy game bros?
Yeah, we're also giving some pretty passive absolvements of certain other people of note. Matt Hall, not Matt Hall, Matt Bragg, Jeremy Dooley, Ray Nervaez, Mika Burton.
Yeah.
And I don't know who James Davis is. Genuinely, I'm not sure who that person is, but they're associated with Rooster Teeth.
From what I remember on the post, is they were involved in this. Caden talks about something about a BRG, like a business relations group or something, of which both Caden and James were a part of. So that's where that sort of lines in. So definitely, the sort of allied on the Caden side of things.
But yeah, so all Caden specifically singled out all those people as being former Rooster Teeth employees, and apparently seems to me like seems to have not been involved in the shenanigans at the time. They seems to be like a solidarity kind of thing. So yeah, that was a whole rabbit's nest to unravel.
Yeah, so that was our main feature of the Immaterial Gamers Podcast. So yeah, definitely
wild stuff. Wild stuff.
God, right. So let's go and do the peaks. Steph, how's Guild Wars, mate? We get you in to speak here. You can have a type. Don't type. You have a mouth. You can go use it.
I'm literally not typing to you. I just got a private message. I'm replying to.
Oh, so we caught you off guard.
Yeah. Yes.
And we're just giving you a section of the podcast to just be open and talk.
Pretty face here.
Well, yeah, but clearly the pretty face. I mean, look at the rest of us.
Oi, you go away.
All right, fair enough. Right, go Guild Wars.
I don't know where to start.
From the beginning.
From which beginning?
Like, how did we start playing Guild Wars for a start?
How did this happen?
You! It's all your fault!
Yeah, it's my fault.
My finger keeps disappearing, so I can't do that. It's your fault. Actually, no, it's your fault. You're down there in the stream, from what I know.
Yeah,
there you go. Nailed it.
Anyway.
Go on, talk about it. It's still your part. It's still your bit.
I'm more confused what Ryan's doing.
Don't worry about Ryan.
Taking responsibility and making stupid faces. Keep going.
It started with Ryan playing, and then I wanted to play, and then because I was playing, I think Martin then joined.
D's joined.
Yeah, D's joined.
We've effectively got a guild already.
We ain't got a guild hall.
I said we've got a guild already.
Oh,
not a guild hall. Not a guild hall ready. A guild already.
B. Dylan Hollis? What?
What? Jake Gyllenhaal. What?
Ryan won't let us be that.
So, yeah. So why did we start playing Guild Wars? Good question. It's because it's free to play on Steam. The base game is free.
Hooray!
On Steam to play up to level 80, pretty much functionally fine. There's certain bits that they basically then say you'll only have unlocked once you buy an expansion. And when they say an expansion, you might as well buy the first 2 expansions.
I got it all.
Steph got it all. So
I want it all.
And he's got it. But yeah, most of the features basically unlock once you buy an expansion. So, but
Ryan, do you need any 8 slot bags?
No, I'm good. I can make 8 slot bags.
Oh, I can now. My guy does leather work. So.
Big. What's it called? Thingies. 8 slot chests. That's right. My character can just walk around with 4 8 slot foot lockers.
Food locker.
My
favorite sportswear dispensary. What do you call a place that sells things? Retailer. That's the one.
Yeah, dispensary. Footwear dispensary.
Yeah, I need a prescription for cleats. I go to Foot Locker.
Got to get those Doc Martens somewhere.
I need to close the window. Bye.
Okay, bye. So Duncan's going to close a window. So what character are you running at the moment, Steph? What are you playing right now? Because I know you are.
Elementalist. I forget what the cat people are called.
Char.
Of the
Nice.
Ash Legion.
Yes. Oh, you're an Ash Legion Char. Ah. I like how the personal stories work in that game as well. Initially, anyway. So your first story is just like, because every 10 levels you get a chapter of what's called your personal story, and like right at the beginning.
Apart from the last one you get a 79.
Of course they do. Of course they do. but so like the personal stories is supposed to be a unique experience just for you. So your first personal story chapter is based just on your race. It's just like, there you go. You're a human, whatever the fuck. Here's your story about you.
I wouldn't even say that, because even when we played the Gnar, our Gnar stories were slightly different.
So should we say like our chapter ones were based on our class?
Yeah, it goes by your choices you made.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, your chapter one was sort of based because me and Martin were both melee characters. I was a guardian, Martin's a gladiator.
I don't think that. What back? Because don't forget, you pick what is it?
Well, the second chapter was based on our background.
Yeah, but not all on your background.
No, it was based on like a particular choice.
On one choice, but your other choice is also thingy. So let's say if you did the spirit of the bear, you would get a different thing to me who did the spirit of the raven.
Okay, and that makes
so on
a little bit of sense. But then, like chapter 3 onwards was more based on choices you actively made.
Is that the one where me and now joined together doing these?
No, that's still chapter 2.
Oh, we're still in chapter 2.
But sort of chapter 3 is where it ends with you then choosing a faction to work under. And then
my main character's way past that.
Yeah. So, but anyway, that's Guild Wars. We're enjoying it. It's
my main character currently is sat in, hold on. Ash Clan Gunner, whatever, level 50 to 60 area, because I just need the hero points at this minute.
It's all about those hero points. We need them all. Hey, Duncan, how was Ebe?
Ebe was good. Andrea played some Ebe stream, and I watched. I played the last time we interacted with it. I played it, and I don't even think apparently we didn't stream that. I thought we did, but I guess that was like that might have even been like a Better Together business. But yeah, and Andrea played Eve while I co-commentated. Eve had a remake recently. That's why we were into it.
Yes, it's ended up on Switch now as well, hasn't it?
Which is part of.
That was
it's a fun little like puzzle horror game made in the RPG Maker family. Well, you're a little girl who gets lost in an alternate dimension of like.
I always knew you were a little girl.
It's kind of like Mario 64, except like evil. Like you go into like a painting in like an alternate painting world.
And then the painting wants to kill you.
Basically, yeah. And
does she do? So this is all part of the continuing Spooktober.
Yes.
Which I just get the excuse of putting that link back in the thing.
Yes, more spookiness. We've had lots of these pop-up random unscheduled streams of games that Andrea wants to play. And Eve was one of them. We played through 3 different endings. We plan on showing off some other ones maybe at some point in the future.
Yeah. And then you also did one of those surprise continuing with Luigi's Mansion streams.
Yeah, well, sort of continuing with Luigi's Mansion. More of we played the original Luigi's Mansion all the way through in one sitting.
Oh, nice.
That was again Andrea in the hot seat. Not emulated. That was off of our genuine copy of Luigi's Mansion that we played through our Wii.
We
Nightmare to get all the cables sorted out for that.
Capturing must have been an absolute hell.
Oh yeah, because we have to. Because here's the thing, right? We found this out when we did Andrea's Punch Out stream a ways back. We found out that if we have this like RGB to HDMI converter.
Yeah.
We found out that if you just plug that straight into the computer, it only plays like one channel of audio. Like
it's mono.
All, like bundled it's all mono, and you can't like unbundle that. So we have to get this separate splitter. Let me see if I can find it. Can't really. Just move some shit around. I'll have to move my camera because I can't unplug this shit. So we have this here, which basically takes the left and right audio channels and puts them into one cable, which we then plug into the input section or the microphone hole in our computer. Yes. So then it plays both the audio channels correctly, and then we just have the video go through the HDMI converter.
Oh.
And so that was, and then the HDMI goes into capture card goes into computer records game. So it was a bit of a thing. But we got it. We did it.
You got it working.
It was a lot of fun. At first, it was a lot of fun. Until we got to King Boo. She was making great time. Right up until about 3.5 hours, she had gotten through pretty much the whole game.
Yeah.
And then she got to King Boo, and by this point, it's like almost midnight. We're getting pretty tired. In my head, I expected it to be sort of like a two-parter stream. Do like 2 hours and then 2 hours kind of thing.
Yeah.
Andrea decided to just plow straight on through.
Like the Kool-Aid man, just oh yeah.
Oh yeah, except by the end, we're like, oh god.
Yeah, that almost sounds like the 12-hour League of Legends stream.
She died like 5 times or something. What about your League of Legends stream?
Yeah, I was about to say, just remind me never to do a 12-hour stream again, but that's going to be incorrect. Remind me never to do a 12-hour stream overnight again.
Yeah, a 12-hour stream during the day, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, funny you should mention that, Duncan, because that's where
We're doing a 24-hour one next, right?
I've made a stupid stream.
240-hour, actually.
Yeah, the fact that like Spooktober this year will be closing with me playing Vampire Survivors for 12 hours, or unless I complete every achievement in the game, which one of my workmates has told me is a fucking mental idea. There is absolutely no way you'll be able to do it
within 12 hours.
Within 12 hours. So it's basically going to be a 12-hour stream. But 12-hour stream of Vampire Survivors, I'll do it. Vampire Survivors is so chilled to play. It's so fun to play, just as a reverse bullet hell. I mean, I've sat there and I've gone through the instructions on how to delete my save progress through the game so I can start it fresh. But especially with 1.0 coming out next week, along with Monster Road Trip as well. So we've got that planned into the schedule somewhere. Not this week, from what I remember, because this is your work week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we will certainly look to try and get a stream of Monster Road Trip, which, as I've been told, here you go. Here's an exciting thing, Duncan. It's got save states.
Yay!
You can save a run.
Oh my god! A true miracle has fallen upon us.
So we could actually run a 2-hour stream of Monster Road Trip, do a long game, and stop, and not rush.
Oh my god!
So we could do that. It's also because it's co-op. This is going to be an interesting one. It'll be interesting for us to work together, as opposed to
Steph shaking his head is like, I ain't working with nobody. I'm on my own.
Yeah. But it'll be fun. We'll get to end with a road trip with Pollygeist and Scott Howell.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah. That'd be nice to have a road trip with that and other guest characters. So that'll be all cool. So Spooktober will be continuing. Like I said, put the link in. We'll still have other streams. I've still got more of Immortality to play, which I'm getting close to solving the mysteries. But my God, that messes with my head. And still got to remember that I have to. The reason that the Immortality videos are not coming out as VODs at the moment. Bless you, by the way, Duncan. I saw that. But the reason the VODs have not come out for Immortality yet is because I actually have to go through them and remove all the tits.
Yeah, oh god,
Immortality.
Yeah, you did it before I could. You nailed it.
Boom. Yeah.
Breasts.
Yeah, especially with the fact that I would say I'm still surprised it's still sat there on the Twitch at the moment and we've not been banned for 7 days or whatever, because there was definitely boob slippage.
Yeah, it was good.
Steph. Right, news. Very quick, because we've only got 10-15 minutes left. I've just put a snooze on. Right, what should we look at first? Steph's put something in the news. Minecraft. Another patch.
It's going to 1.20. It's what the mob vote was for.
The mob vote? This was the vote that you were desperately trying to do while playing the Matriarch on Friday, wasn't it?
Yes. I got it here. I did it through the launcher instead. It's so much easier.
So what is this about? Camels?
Yeah, there's camels in the game now.
Wow. Okay, Steph, you can tell me on this, because I've put the link in from the PC Gamer article. What the fuck is a sniffer?
Oh, a sniffer is an ancient... It's basically a dinosaur. You find its egg.
Okay.
From what it's been described so far, you find its egg under water in the drowned cities. Or submerged cities. You bring it to the surface, you put it on the surface, it will hatch over an amount of time. I don't know the hatching criteria at the minute. It will hatch, it will then start sniffing the floor and find seeds. But with the sniffer that's now the sniffer's won, they're gonna bring new plants forward that only the sniffer can find.
Right.
Which they're gonna be classed as ancient seeds or something like that.
Okay. Oh, cool. For those who like Minecraft, there you go. You got that to look forward to. There are camels, hanging signs, the sniffer.
Camels, Ryan. Camels.
Camels.
That's all you need to know.
Can you race them in a cup?
They're
Can you do camel races?
I don't believe so, but they are what you call it? Have baby versions.
Baby camel.
Baby camel. Riding on a
1 hump, 2 hump, 3 baby camel. Okay. Right. So we got that. Right, the trough. Bayonetta.
Yay!
Bayonetta. It's a fun game.
I played the first one. I've never played anything after that.
I played 2 on the Wii U. Didn't have much time to play that, but I did. It was fun for that point. And Bayonetta 3 is coming out. It's great. Because Bayonetta 3 is going to have the original voice actress from the first 2 games. Jennifer Hale. Oh no, wait, she's not the original voice actress.
Uh-oh.
No, Jennifer Hale has been brought in as the new voice of Bayonetta, because the original voice actress, Helena Taylor, was offered $4,000 for her entire voiceover work of the game, which, according to leaked information, meant that she was voicing multiple versions of Bayonetta. So she was putting in more time the work than she would normally do for the same or less pay. So she went, no, give me a better offer. Platinum Games gave her the better offer of Nah, we'll just get Jennifer Hale. She'll do as she's told. So Helena has come out with a bunch of Twitter videos basically explaining all the stuff that's happening and requesting that fans boycott purchasing Bayonetta 3, and she has had a lot of support in the voiceover community for this. She definitely hasn't had support from the head of the project at Bayonetta at Platinum Games, Hideki Kamiya, who has basically said has basically pulled a Donald Trump and just went fake news. Sad and deplorable about the attitude of untruth. That's what all I can tell you now. By the way, beware of my rules. According to this, Kamiya is very, very block heavy when it comes to Twitter. So much so that, according to this Kotaku article, mentioning this story gets you a good old push of the block button. So I'm happy to be blocked by someone I've never followed on Twitter. That'd be fun.
Why does it feel like? Why do I feel like voice acting is becoming like such a hot button issue lately? Like, it feels like specifically voice acting out of media is getting like a disproportionate level of representation in terms of controversy and various unfortunate situations. No, and it's a good thing. I'm glad it's happening. I'm just sort of like, why? Like, what has been like? Has it gotten? Is it one of those things where like the situation is actually getting worse, or there's more attention being brought to it? Therefore, all the bad things that were already happening are still
they're more like pushed into.
We're already there. Like, I'm not sure. Like, it's one of those things, right? Like, I always have to ask these questions.
Wasn't there the issue a couple of years ago about voice actors doing strike action because they were under the actors union or whatever, and so
something like that.
So they had to find ununionized voice actors to do some of the voice acting in games, which may explain why some games went a bit weird on the acting.
Well, I mean, we've got a couple examples I can pull out for this. We got John DiMaggio, with his issues with doing Futurama as
some conflict with his Gears of War characters.
And that whole thing. We've got and this is something that Andrea has pulled out. The main voice actor for Mob Psycho 100 to the English dub, the voice of old Mob himself has been replaced. Apparently he tried to come up with a new contract. Try to iron out a new contract when his original 2-year contract expired, and they said no. They sent him away.
Yeah.
So this is weird stuff going on in the voice acting community. I don't know what's going on. Which
is mental because of sort of the overriding. And I know, remember that the thing with the whole strike action was that basically video game publishers and anime, creators, animation creators decided that voice acting is not acting. They've come up on the idea that it's like, well, you're not really an actor, are you? You're doing stuff with your voice, and doing stuff like that. And voice actors are basically turning around, oh, look, bitch, just because I'm not sat there mocapping everything doesn't mean I don't have to put in, that I don't have less of a job to put in a performance as a live actor would. So, give us some sort of credit. And it seems like, I mean, for Platinum Games as well, it's not...
Yeah, it's like there is a difference. Like, okay, number one difference when it comes to voice acting is, unlike physical acting, when you do another take, there isn't like a whole lot of shit that you gotta coordinate and get set up and stuff. When you do another take, you just pause and then you say your line again. Like you could knock out a lot of takes in a row, and you can get the work done a lot faster than you could with like if you had like a studio and a set and all that to work with. So like there is a difference, but it's like it's not so much of a difference that it's like, it should be like orders of magnitude different levels of treatment and pay, like there's there is there is a performance behind it. People are putting their time and their effort into it, and a lot of times, like, yeah, some people have the good fortune of having like a studio in their home that they can record from and transfer their takes remotely, but a lot of times people do travel to be present at physical sets because they don't have that access to that, or whatever. And there might be even contractual reasons to appear at IRL to perform in a studio. So like there's a commitment being made. It's voice acting. It ain't nothing.
Yeah. So it's going to be something to go on. And like I say, Platinum Games are already in the shit at the moment. They had their Square Enixified live service game Babylon's Fall end its service after less than a year, which has also happened with the Final Fantasy Mobile Battle Royale, Final Fantasy VII First Soldier. That's a Square Enix thing, just shutting games down before a year's even done. But then again, Square Enix, also known as Below Expectations, the game company. So, I'm going to skip a story regarding the Nintendo one because I really don't have any information on it. It just came up. It was just something I put up as an alternative. So we'll throw one last story in, which will be fun. Who remembers The Simpsons? I mean, sort of back in the day. And then who remembers the film Waterworld?
Yeah, I've seen that movie.
Yeah. Do you remember the episode of The Simpsons where there was the Waterworld arcade cabinet?
I didn't really. I'll be honest. I wasn't like. I didn't like watch a lot of The Simpsons, so like I'm aware of it. Like, but I was not a regular.
No worries.
So but that sounds amusing.
So there was an episode of The Simpsons where Bart and Milhouse are in an arcade. And there was a playable, or there was an arcade game of Waterworld, and Milhouse puts in 40 quarters, and the game of Waterworld starts, and Kevin Costner's on the screen, and he pushes the joystick left, right. Kevin Costner takes one step, and it goes, "Game over. Please enter another 40 quarters."
Oh no.
Well, someone has actually made that nightmare a reality.
Oh God.
So there's a video game now on this. So let's see if we can find it. So someone,
it's a pretty accurate representation of how arcade games work.
Yeah, so a Twitch streamer and indie game developer, McCaw45, has put a free full game online on itch.io where you can play his enactment of what he felt the Waterworld arcade game would have been like based off that one skit from The Simpsons, complete with a counter that shows how much money you've put into it. I almost feel like we should download this and just maybe do a very small stream of it. If I knew I was going to be doing this earlier on today, I would have actually just done it. But it's a name your own price game of it.
Nice.
So I can absolutely just love as well just a bit of just like doing the thing of just walking forward and just game over.
Yeah,
Dark Souls.
I like the idea that you're not even like giving any like explanation or feedback as to why you lost. You just did.
You took a step forward. So I mean, I heard the actual World games weren't that much better, and I have not watched the film. I don't know how bad of an experience is it.
It's one of those things where it's like, on one hand, it's like it's kind of dumb because it's like story wise and character wise, it's like kind of lame. But there is something to be said about like it's a very technically impressive movie because it's like it's like all done with like practical effects and stuff. Like there's a whole lot of like crazy rigging and stuff, and almost like what's it called? Those machines. Almost like
Rube Goldberg machines.
Kind of situations going on with how the all the boats work.
Yeah.
And so there's that. It's a dull movie. I don't remember so much as 2 lines of dialogue from that movie, but it might, if you're like interested in like film production, it might be worth having a look at and being like, well, that's kind of neat.
Fair enough.
It was a very expensive movie, actually. I think that was like one of those like giga box office bombs, famously, like big time, like 9-digit money losses kind of thing.
Yeah, wasn't this? Yeah, because like what I remember of it was this was the film that single-handedly killed the career of Kevin Costner. In a sense,
I believe that. I mean, considering the fact that I only really know him from like that movie, and then like within the last 10 years or so, like him appearing in the most infamous interpretation of Superman's father of all time.
Oh God, yes.
And
oh God, Man of Steel. Oh,
good old should have let the kids die. Fucking Pa Kent.
Yeah.
And he also did that one movie, Hidden Figures. About the supposedly uncredited black NASA scientist who actually were credited, and it turns out that most of that movie is like a total lie. So always good to hear these kinds of stories.
Yeah, it's just I always remember Kevin Costner from Dances with Wolves. The aged very well U.S. Army man finds Native American tribe, shit goes south film. Though that actually also brings up, because Kevin Costner's been lampooned on The Simpsons many a time. The other one was when Lisa went to a place where they were able to look at new technology such as director's commentary, and it just turned out to be director's commentary for The Postman, which is his other film. And it was just having him in there, and here's me walking, and this is awful. This is awful. Please stop watching. This is very live. And he just walks out from the screen and goes, yes. So, oh God. Well, anyway, we're The Simpsons, and we've had our peaks and troughs. The emotional roller coaster is now turning into the station. So, thank you very much.
Hooray! The world is awful, and our only choice is to laugh, or we're all gonna die anyway. That's the moral of today's lesson.
Yeah. Well, if you want somewhere to be while the world burns, please join us again next time on the Immaterial Gamers Podcast. If you like what you heard and you're watching live on Twitch, please give us a follow and check us out through the streams that we've got this week. Surprise streams from the Spooktober crew may happen at any time, so get your notifications on Twitch.
Watch out. We'll sneak up on you when you least expect it.
But then, also, definitely, I mean, if you're hearing this live, great. If you're not, you're hearing this on Thursday, and I've already played another session of Immortality, and I cannot believe I missed the modesty button again. Steph, are you doing anything this Wednesday? Have you got like another? Have you got the next set of We Were Here with someone? Like We Were Here too?
I don't believe so. I mean, We Were Here Together. That's the next one.
Okay. So is it We Were Here Together, We Were Here Too?
I believe so. Hold on, let me check. But I don't think I'll be playing that this week because my only 2 partners in crime are not available.
Oh, fair enough. But Team Fight Thursdays will be going, and we'll be back on the Abyss this week. So, woo. We'll find something for a spooky themed play session.
So, you've got We Were Here, We Were Here, We Were Here Together, We Were Here Too, and We Were Here Forever.
Oh God, there's 4 of them now. I didn't realize.
We Were Here Forever.
Wow. I like those because they're unique takes on the escape room genre and a little bit of horror genre as well.
Please don't make me fight the marionette again. I don't want to go back there, Steph.
I need you to buy them if you want to play the other ones.
Oh, because that one was free. It's like a drug. First one's free. The play session. We'll find something for a spooky game. Even if there's only a couple of us, I may just do runs of Trivia Murder Party, just for fun. And then there's Saturday and Sunday more Dragon Quest. Getting closer to the end of the game.
Oh.
No accidental.
We were here too. Was the last one, by the way?
What the? No. I mean, something unique for not running numbers, but still. Anyway.
Like the Xbox.
Yeah. So, like the Xbox, we're going to power down. So, from Duncan, myself,
Red Ring
and
of
Steph,
Death.
Yeah, we're just gonna absolutely just stop and right. Have a good one, everyone. We'll see you next time.
Bye.